Congratulations to all of the artists featured in our Youth Art Focus exhibition. We're honored to display your artwork and are so proud of all of your artistic achievements throughout the year. Today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's like to work at a museum and give you a behind-the-scenes tour of our collection. As I mentioned, I'm the curator of the museum. I plan exhibitions, research, and take care of our collection of nearly 700 works of art. Every year we host over 15 exhibitions at the museum, like this Antarctica exhibition you see behind me. Come on in. This is an exhibition of photographs taken by Wade Jeffries from his research trips to Antarctica. We try to balance our exhibitions between different mediums, like photographs, paintings, different time periods of art, and different artists from around the world. For exhibitions like this, we bring in artwork from all over the world to show in our galleries. But we also have a collection of 700 works of art on site that you see very little of when you're here. They're usually safely hidden in our storage. Would you like to see it? Welcome to one of our two collection storage vaults. This is where we store paintings, photographs, and prints when they're not on display. Since we're a public museum, we consider all of this artwork to belong to the people of Pensacola. It's here for you to learn from and enjoy. We use the artwork in our classes for kids and adults, but we also make it available for researchers when it's not on view in the galleries. I'm going to show you a little bit more about how it's stored, but first I'm going to tell you why we preserve it and why this space is a great space for artwork. So since this collection technically belongs to the people of Pensacola, we want it to be available in 100 years for your great-grandkids to see, and even longer after that, in 1,000 years. We still want this artwork to be in good condition for you to learn from and enjoy. So you might have noticed when we were in the lobby that our building is a little unique. Can you tell what this building used to be? It was the old city jail. So here you'll see a photograph of what the building looked like in the early 1900s. This building was constructed in 1906 as the Pensacola City Jail. It's been an art center since 1954, when the city built a new jail building. So for the past 67 years, we've been doing exhibitions and collecting artwork here in this space. And it turns out that a jail is actually a really good place to house artwork. It's already safe and secure. It protects against things like fire and flooding that can help damage artwork. Can you think of anything else that can damage or hurt artwork? One of the big dangers when dealing with artwork is people. As staff, we try to handle art as carefully as possible. We often use carts to push the art through the galleries so that we don't drop it. We use gloves to protect the art from the oils and dirt on our fingers. So you'll see me using gloves and carts and things like that as I move you through the space today. We store all of our framed works on these rolling racks, which make it really easy for us to compactly store a large number of artworks. You can pull them out like this and hang the artwork on these screens. Here you'll see a number of prints by several popular artists from the 20th century. Do you recognize any of the artists or the work? Here we have some prints by Marc Chagall, Alexander Calder, and Salvador Dali. We store these works framed, but we also store a lot of works on paper flat, either matted or in plastic sleeves and drawers. You can see here, these are a few of our flat file drawers, where we store a number of unframed prints. And if these works are shown in an exhibition, we'll map them and frame them for display. The important thing about works on paper, and really all artworks, but specifically prints and photographs, is that they are not exposed to a lot of light. It can fade the colors and degrade the artwork. So we store them in these drawers so they're not exposed to light. We also make sure that the lights are turned off in here, and as you can see, there's no windows in this space for sunlight to get in and affect the artwork. As you move through the galleries and your other tours for Youth Art Focus, you'll notice there aren't windows in any of the galleries. That was part of the construction that we did to convert the jail to a museum and make it safe for artwork. We covered up all the windows with walls for displaying the art. So when you're outside, you can see these big windows with the bars on them, but inside, there's no way for natural light to get in and harm the artwork. So how did we get all these works of art? They're either donated to us, or we do have some funds available to make purchases throughout the year. Our collection focuses on work from 1850 to the present, so mostly modern and contemporary art. We have another storage space that is for sculptures and 3D objects. The sculptures upstairs are stored open on shelving. Here, we have a number of 3D objects that are stored together in boxes that are called archival boxes that preserve the artwork and make sure it isn't exposed to any oils or materials that might harm it in storage. If you look this way, you'll see our shelves lined with boxes filled with tiny objects. So each of these boxes can have anywhere from 1 to 15 works of art inside, depending on how large they are. If you look at the front of the box, you'll see several numbers. These are called accession numbers. This is how we track our artwork. Tracking the artwork is really important. We want to make sure that we know exactly which artworks we have in our collection, where they are on site, so that at any moment we can find them and take care of them if we need to. We do this by assigning each object its own unique number. It's called an accession number. I consider it kind of like the object's birthday. So how it works is the year that we get the object is the beginning number. So here you'll see these are all 85. That means that these works arrived at the museum in 1985. And then we assign them numbers after in the order that they came in. So when you look at an object's accession number, you know right away when it got here, and then we can go to our computer and look it up in the database and learn everything about it. We have pictures of the work in the computer database, dimensions, its history, any research that was done. So we try to tell the complete story of all of the works of art in our collection. We also make sure that the accession number is either painted or written on the work of art. So if it ever gets separated from us, we can find it and tell what it is and make sure that it returns back to its right location. So I'm going to give you a peek inside this box and show you some of our glassware collection. So as I mentioned, these are special acid-free archival boxes. And when an artwork comes in and becomes part of the collection, the first thing that we do is think about how to store it. And for objects like this that are really fragile, we'll build these custom houses and boxes with little cubby holes designed specifically for the artwork. So if you look inside here, you'll see there's special little cubbies and holes built for each piece out of this sturdy foam. And we build these little tops to keep it safe. This is part of our 19th century glass collection. And this is so fun to peek inside and see these beautiful little objects. Hidden away in storage. So you'll see here, this piece has its accession number painted right on the back, 85.1.21D. I'll just show you a few more of the little pieces. There's a little guide. Oh, a beautiful pink vase. And below this is another layer of artwork, again, with special housing designed for each piece and specially fitted. So it's really important for us to look at what materials are appropriate for each type of object. Again, this is glassware, so we use the foam and this special tissue to keep it safe from breaking and also from any kind of acid or other materials affecting the exterior of the glass. That's why we store our paintings on the racks, because they have their special needs to be hung vertically. And then for our unframed works, again, special storage suited so they aren't exposed to light, so they're laying flat and their surfaces aren't harmed in any way. So we work really hard to keep this artwork safe and preserve it for future generations. But none of this matters if you don't get to see it. So part of my job is looking at our collection and using it to research and then make exhibitions for you to come to the museum and see. Part of it is making connections. When you put an artwork next to another artwork, it changes the way that you view it and alters the story that you're going to tell. So I go through the collection, make connections so that you can learn more about art and get a deeper story and understanding of the history of art over time. There are a bunch of other jobs in the museum related to exhibitions and the work that we do here. A preparator is somebody that prepares art for exhibitions and storage. A preparator would build the housing for the artwork, would mat, frame, and hang the artwork in the galleries. A registrar is someone who oversees the movement of artwork in and out of the museum. So they coordinate loans from artists and other museums. They manage gifts and purchases to the collection and do things like write those little accession numbers on the artwork, keep track of it in the database, and basically manage the logistics of a collection. There's also education positions that use the collection and exhibitions to teach classes to kids and adults, to lead educational public programs. We offer a lot of opportunities for kids, students, and teens at the museum. We have after-school art classes. We have open studios on the weekends that use our collection for art-making opportunities where you can make great crafts and works of art here on site in our classroom. We also have lectures, talks, openings, different kinds of events. Right now they're mostly virtual, so feel free to visit on your computer at home and attend any of those events. Hopefully in the future we'll be back doing things in person at the museum, and we can't wait to see you here.